Walker.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Primary Industries, the Honourable Niall Blair. Minister, considering the impacts of forestry operations on koala populations and climate change, can the Minister explain why his department is considering burning the forests of the North Coast for electricity?
What? And there's no argument in that. Hold on. Are trees renewable or not?
Mr President...
Order. The question was asked of the Minister. The Minister has the call.
Mr President, I thank the honourable member for her question, and I actually think the question should be directed to the Minister for Forestry. However, as I represent the member in this House in my normal capacity, I will be happy to answer the question on behalf of the Minister for Forestry. New research released this week by DPI's research scientist Fabiano Zymans tells a positive story about potential use of forestry residues from harvesting operations for bioenergy purposes. Let me be clear. This research is about improved utilisation of existing forest residues that would otherwise be wasted, not about additional felling of trees or any additional harvesting activity. The New South Wales Green statements are misleading and fail to understand the science behind this research. The research suggests that there are enough residues in the North Coast sustainably managed forests and sawmills to power more than 200,000 local homes per year. DPI's report found that more than 1 million tonnes of forestry residues from harvesting operations could be used for bioenergy with no adverse environmental impacts. For the New South Wales Greens to suggest this research has the potential to impact on koala populations is misleading and lacking any scientific rigour. The North Coast Residues report does not suggest any additional felling of trees or any harvesting activity that would impact on koala populations. It is also misleading to suggest the report makes a direct connection between use of residues for electricity. Instead, it outlines a range of potential uses of biomass from native forests, plantations and wood processing facilities for consideration as part of the managed forest approach. Additional benefits include the removal of residues that would otherwise decay or burn to release greenhouse gases in the forest, replacing fossil fuels and potential support for regional development by creation of a new industry. It is also worth noting that DPI's forest science team are continuing research into koala behaviour using sound recordings to better understand the status of koalas in native forests. Good research. This will also help us assess forest management practices to provide koala protection whilst maintaining a sustainable forestry industry. So what we have here, Mr President, is a residue that would is left over from the harvest operations or sawmilling operations from a renewable source, and I know that there is plenty of work that's been done to look at this type of biomass generation in other jurisdictions. And this is exactly the sort of thing that we should be listening to our scientists about. We should be making sure that we base decisions in these areas on the research done by some of the best scientists in the world to look at these areas, Mr President. So I thank the Minister for Forestry for not only his outstanding work but also the work of his agency in conducting such research, and we look forward to seeing where it goes to from here.